Dear friends, 1255 days of war between Russia and Ukraine. It has been long since I talked to you in English because the Indian viewers liked Hindi. Otherwise, my number of views were very limited. Nonetheless, I decided to talk in English to my international supporters, viewers, subscribers, even though very few in numbers. Starting from the southern war zone, in Zaporizhia Oblast, Russian army is continuing to go beyond Plavany and towards Stepnohirsk from Kamyansky, and it has taken over Petrivka. In adjacent eastern part towards Velika Novosilka area also, Russian army is trying to advance and also towards Dnipropetrovsk. In east, just adjacent to it, in Pokrovsk area, Russians' main thrust at this given moment is Alexandro Kalinovo area and moving towards Konstantinovka. It serves two purposes. Firstly, to bypass Pokrovsk from the eastern side, which they are also trying from the west. And secondly, of course, advancing and merging towards the forces which are moving westwards from Chasov Yar. They have moved ahead and around of Novo Economy, Mirne, Rodinsky area. Rodinsky is still little away. They have also advanced in Yablunivka. And similar situation is happening from the west of Pokrovsk, let us say northwest towards Dnipropetrovsk Oblast. From south also now there are DRGs, that is sabotage and reconnaissance troops in small groups are penetrating and exploring the weak areas, weak Ukrainian defense lines within or rather just immediately after entering Pokrovsk. Coming to Toretsk, similar fight is continuing and the heavy fight is also reported around Novodzerzhinsky mine. They have also advanced in western Toretsk, the last leftover areas which are still controlled by Ukrainian army. Chasov Yar has been finally taken over by the Russians after long war of 18 months. After Bakhmut, this is the second big city immediately west of Bakhmut, which Russians have taken over. The further aim naturally is Kramatorsk and advancing ahead. In Sivers'k region, Russians have advanced south of Verkhno Kamyansky, while they are also making good advance silently, quietly in Serebryanka forestry. In northeast Ukraine, the Russians' main thrust is Kupyansk. However, between Kupyansk and towards Swatovo road rather, they have reached northern outskirts of Peshane and also they have advanced southwest of Zeleny Dolina, which is in Swatovo sector. North of Ukraine, heavy fight is going on Volchansk, while in Lipsy direction, Ukrainians have advanced a minor gain for them, but yet southeast of Glykhov. Now in Kursk and Sumy region, heavy fight is continuing and offensive operation continuing by the Russians for Yunakivka, which is almost 75 to 80% under them, and Myropolye. Ukrainians' counterattack is continuing in Kondratovka area. As far as interdiction missions are concerned, it's quite heavy from both the sides. Russians are taking the lead. They have used more than 200 drones or UAVs using Geran 2 and Harpia drones, which are difficult to be intercepted. And they have hit targets in Kiev, Dnipro, Poltava, Sumy, and Mykolaiv, while Ukrainians have hit many Russian bases far west in Russian territory. As far as Middle East is concerned, IDF is continuing hitting Gazans, the hungry people. The genocide is continuing. They also hit targets in southern Lebanon. The targets were obviously Hezbollah. Syria at present seems to be quiet, but main opposition, the Islamic resistance, it seems they have united. They have sent a statement regarding this. Syria, as far as the country is concerned, it's almost ruined like Iraq earlier, or latest is Libya. Wherever US imperialism penetrates, the situation improves in this way. Sudan, the fight is continuing between Sudanese armed forces and the so-called rebellions, rather terrorist organization, RSF. DRC is for the time being silent, so is Cambodia and Thailand. In the meantime, there are information that Pakistan has received first batch of Chinese attack helicopters Z-10ME, which was ordered in 2022 after its order from the Turkey was cancelled, in which they had asked for 50 of the helicopters, all fighter helicopters. I say again 30, not 50, T-129 helicopter. Most of them were meant for war zones and especially anti-tank missiles. Well, that is by and large today's brief for you, friends. Looking forward for your comments. And as far as my Hindi speakers are concerned, they can see it if they wish to with the Hindi narratives in the background. So lastly, there have been lots of ripples and chaotic counter and counter criticism in India against what Trump has done. Levied 25% of tariffs, 25%, called Indian economy as dead, including that of Russia, and he has also forced India to reduce oil imports from Russia. Earlier it was against Iran. Also it means the American regime, or rather now call it Trump wants to distance India from BRICS, which India is actually slowly falling towards American imperialism and Zionist Israel. Very shameful for India. It is losing its sovereignty. And BRICS, by the way, it is going to be president for 2026 summit. How will India accept this? Internally, quietly, India is for USA, America, American imperialism. I see many of colleagues, friends, unknown people in Telegram channel hailing India for supporting Russia. Very temporarily, very short-sightedness. The Indian fascist regime is opportunistic in buying cheap Russian oil. Yes, it helps Russia to gather some money, to have some capital to invest for its ongoing war, which is more than 3 years. But the people must understand, especially those conscious people, even though they are against a revolutionary idea, a revolutionary change, a revolutionary social change in respective countries as well as globally. But then to be myopic as far as geopolitics is concerned, today yes, tomorrow no, it's silly. It shows your limitation of understanding the present geopolitics, which is based on economy, which is based on plunder, exploitation, war, terrorism. Terrorism is part of the politics of these states, be it imperialist, be it fascist, be it Nazis. It is not by individual groups. IS, Taliban, etc. is created by USA. Anyway, not to lengthen my talk today, friends. Looking forward for your comments. See you tomorrow. Thank you.